automatic tool changes. To improve the machine utilization, idle motions must be minimized. So that means, so if you are able to utilize the time, okay, every in a day, so you will get only 24 hours. You cannot get more than that. Okay. Again, in 24 hours, you can run the machine for all 3 shifts. Suppose if a manufacturing company is working for 3 shifts, so that means machine will be utilized for 24 hours with some breaks for maintenance or other reasons. Okay, you can utilize it for 24 hours. Out of 24 hours, again, if you waste time in making the settings like programming, it may be changing the programming, editing the program, or it may be changing work parts or changing tools. Okay, it will consume a lot of time. If you are able to reduce time required for changing tool or replacing finished work part with new one, then also you can improve the machine utilization, where machine is used only to remove material rather than changing tool and changing work part. Okay, if more time is consumed for changing tool and work part, so it is not possible for us to use the you get the optimal utilization of the machine. Okay, so in order to do that, you can go for automatic tool changers. Again, when you need to go for automatic tool changers is, suppose if you are performing 1 or 2 operation using same tool, you need not have automatic tool changer, not at all required. Suppose if you want to perform series of operations which require different tools or do different inserts, okay, then you should go for automatic tool changers. So where you are going to perform one operation after another without changing the work part. Okay, once you have fixed the work part, suppose on the same work part, if you want to perform 10 operations using 10 different tools, okay, if you don't have automatic tool changers, you can imagine how much time it will consume after every operation. So you need to take the tool out and you have to replace it with a new one which is required for the second operation. Next, after finishing second, once again you have to stop the operation, you have to remove the tool, you have to replace it. It will consume a lot of time. Okay, that's why in CNC machines, okay, it will consist of tool turret which can hold n number of tools. Okay, to improve the machine utilization, idle motions must be minimized. ATCs means automatic tool changers are used in machining applications where a number of tools are to be used for finishing the job, where you need to perform more than one operation and more than one tool is required. Then you can go for automatic tool changers. For the operation of automatic tool changers, it requires a tool magazine where sufficient number of tools can be stored. A tool adapter that has a provision for pickup by the tool change arm. The ability in the control to perform the tool change per function. Tool change procedure. Okay, we are going to discuss about this tool change procedure in detail in upcoming slides. Next, tool magazines. Selection of tool magazine depends on storage capacity. That means how many tools, different tools you are using to perform operations, whether it is 6 tools, operations may be 8, but 6 tools may be sufficient to perform 8 operations. Okay, so like that, first you will decide how many tools are required for your machining operations. Okay, based on that you can decide on the storage capacity. Range will be 12 to 200. Okay, so if you are using only 6 tools, so you should prefer for the least one, that is a turret which can accommodate 12 tools. Remaining 6 pockets will remain empty, but so you don't have options. Okay, in future, suppose if you want to use 9 tools, you can make use of that. Otherwise, so out of 12 pockets, you will make use of only 6 pockets if you are using only 6 tools to perform operations. Okay, like that, this range will go up to 200 tools. The next, type and shape, then tool change procedure. We are going to discuss about this in detail. Okay, types of tool magazine: tool turret, drum or disc type magazine, chain type, tool magazine. First we'll consider tool turret. Okay, this is the most often used tool holder, okay, arrangement. So in most of the CNCs, so you can see this tool turret. Okay, this is one illustration where it consists of 12 pockets. Okay, we call this arrangement as pocket, where it can accommodate one tool. Okay, every pocket, each pocket can accommodate one tool. So totally, so this tool turret design consists of 12 pockets. That means it can accommodate 12 different tools. So if it is for a drilling or milling machine, okay, so you can have drill bits and different types of mills, okay, milling cutters. So end mill, face milling, for different operations, so you can use different tools depending on the requirement. Turret combines tool storage with the tool change procedure without the need for a tool change arm. Okay, so here if we use tool turret, one function is it will hold the tools. In this case, it can hold 12 tools, 12 different tools. So that is one function. Another thing is, if you want to change the tool, if you want to shift from tool number 1 to 2, you need not have tool change arm, which is like a pick and place robot, okay, which will pick the tool and which will place it. So you need not require an additional tool change arm. Okay, it is like a robotic arm. Okay, so here in the tool turret itself, you can have a mechanism where from the tool turret directly you can change the tool, okay, without using the arm like mechanism. Okay, the turret simply indexes to bring the tool into the position of machining. So indexing means, suppose if you want to call pocket number 10 to this position, okay, then the system should know, okay, to what extent it should rotate, okay, to what angle. So that will be decided by the procedure of indexing. Okay, in order to rotate this turret, okay, so in order to call pocket number 10 to this position, okay, so how much it should rotate, so that will be based on indexing. Tool is identified with the pocket position and hence does not require separate identification. Here you can see, so for every pocket there is a number. Okay, so these tools are identified with the help of the pocket number in the program. So you can write, you can call for tools. Okay, in the program itself, you can, with the help of some code, okay, you can write. So after executing a particular line in the program, okay, in the next stage, a particular tool should be called that can be included in the program. So for identification, so we make use of this pocket number. The time taken for tool change is more. Even if you are using automatic tool changing procedure, the time taken is more. Okay, how means, suppose, okay, so now you are using tool number 1. Okay, next, suppose if you want to call, so tool number 12, okay, if it is in rotating in clockwise, only in clockwise direction, okay, 12 1, so it is next position, it will move only to this much extent from 12 to 1. Suppose, okay, now you are performing an operation using tool which is kept in pocket number 3. Suppose if it is rotate, if it can rotate only in one direction, next, in order to take a tool from 3, so it has to rotate for almost, okay, around 320, 330 degree. It should rotate and to come to position 1. Instead of that, if you make provision for this turret to rotate both in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction, you can reduce time. Okay, the time taken for movement of almost 330 degree when it is compared with 30 degree movement or around 40-45 degree movement. Okay, so it is going to take less time if you want to move it from 1 to 3. So it is almost, it is 60 degree. Okay, so since it is divided into 3 parts, 90 degree, it is 60. Okay, suppose if you make a provision for rotation in both clockwise and anti-clockwise direction, if you want to bring a tool in pocket 3 to the required position, that is this position, okay, just you need to rotate for 60 degree in anti-clockwise direction if there is a provision, or else you have to rotate for 300 degree in clockwise direction, which is going to take more time. Okay, so that means, so if there's a provision to rotate both in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction, you can reduce time. Okay, the turret should have the capability of indexing in both directions, that is in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction, to minimize the tool change time, as we discussed by considering example of tool in pocket 3. Next, so this is turret type tool magazine. Next, drum or disc type magazine. Okay, this is the drum or disc type arrangement, where you can see these are called as pockets. Okay, so in each pocket, so you can keep one tool. Okay. The drum rotates for the purpose of tool change to bring the required tool to the change arm. So for changing, okay, you have to bring a particular tool to the required position. Suppose if this is the location at which so tool changing will take place. Okay, next, suppose you have to bring so every tool to this location. Here, if there is no automatic mechanism, so you have to make use of a tool change arm. The diameter of the disc is indicative of the number of tools it can hold. Okay, if the diameter is a greater value, so then you will get that circumference will also be large, so then it can accommodate more number of tools. If the diameter is small, again the number of tools the drum or the disc can accommodate will be less. Next, chain type tool magazine. In case if you want to accommodate so large number of tools, okay, then you can go for chain type tool magazine. For storing large number of tools, a chain type tool magazine provides the necessary flexibility. The tools are attached to the pockets, which are in turn attached to the chain. The chain allows for a very large variety of arrangements. This is one such arrangement. It is like a conveyor. So these are some additional type of designs. Okay, if you want to accommodate more number of tools, you can go for this. Again, it depends on the availability of space and what are the operations that you need to perform. Okay, so all those things come into. Okay, so by watching this video, you can understand how tool changing will be done automatically in CNC machines. Okay, so watch this video. I think you are able to see the video. Video connects again.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I will play. So here you can see how tool change. Okay, here this can accommodate 21 tools. Okay, here 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the pocket numbers. So here 1 to 21 means so it can this turret consists of 21 pockets. It can accommodate 21 tools. Okay, now machining is performed using tool in the pocket number 2. Now, okay, so it is based on pocket number 2. Now we can see now operation is performed using tool in pocket number 3. Okay, drilling operation, drilling of holes on the component is performed by the machining center. Now tool from pocket number 5 is performing the machining operation. Now tool from pocket number 16. Next from 17. From this direction you can see the tool changing mechanism, okay, how it will be done. Next, tool changing. So in Turret, tool changing is relatively simple because of indexing. In other tool magazines, tool changing arm is used for tool transfer, like in case of drum or this type tool magazine. So tool changing arm is required, where it will pick the tool from the magazine and it will place it on the tool holder. The tool change activity requires the following motions. So here, in order to change the tool, okay, there is a procedure. First thing is, already there will be an ongoing machining operation. First thing is, so you should stop that ongoing machining operation, okay, and the tool should be stopped in a proper orientation, okay. Then tool change arm should go there. In order to go there, okay, it should index itself, okay, to what extent it should rotate. So that should also be decided. Then after that, it is going to pick the tool. Next, it should decide where the tool should be placed. For that also indexing need to be done. Next, the tool will be placed in the pocket. Okay. Next, new tool must be picked from the turret. And it should be, once again, it should be placed for machining operation. So for that there are series of steps. First thing is stopping the spindle at the correct orientation. Next, tool change arm to move to the spindle. Spindle means so where machining operation is being carried out. So that is the spindle. Tool change arm to pick the tool from the spindle. Tool change arm to index to reach to the tool magazine. So now it has picked the tool from the spindle. Now it should place to tool magazine. Tool magazine to index into the correct position so that the arm will come and it will place the tool. Place the tool in the tool magazine. Then indexing the tool magazine to bring the required tool to the tool change position. Next, tool change arm to pick the tool from the tool magazine. Next, tool change arm to index to reach the spindle. Next, new tool is placed in the spindle. Next, tool change arm moves into its parking position. So when machining operation is performed, so the tool change arm will be in its parking position. So all these steps are related to a general procedure. Okay, if tool change arm consists of only one gripper, then these steps are applicable. That means initially you should stop the spindle. Next, tool change arm should reach to the spindle and it should pick the existing tool from the spindle. Next, in order to place this tool from the spindle, so the tool magazine should rotate to the required location where the tool from the arm will be placed onto the magazine. Okay. Next, tool change arm should pick the tool from magazine and it should take the tool and it should keep that on the spindle. This is the process. It involves two steps. One is it has to pick the tool from the spindle and it has to place that on the magazine. Next procedure is it has to pick new tool from the magazine and that should be placed on the spindle. Okay, after performing these two sets of movements, okay, so the tool change arm will go to the parking position, then machining operation will be performed. Okay, these things will be done within seconds. Okay, in terms of microseconds or within few seconds it will be done. Next, in order to reduce time, instead of having single gripper, you can go for double gripper, where when you are picking tool from one tool from spindle, okay, using another gripper, you can pick a new tool from the magazine. Next, simultaneously you can place the tool from spindle to magazine, from magazine to spindle. Okay, like that you can simultaneously perform these operations and you can reduce the number of steps and also you can reduce time using double gripper. Okay, here you can see this is a double gripper arrangement. Okay, this is the spindle and this is the tool magazine. Okay, so this is an example. This is the tool magazine and this is the spindle where machining operation will be performed. Now, if you have double gripper, simultaneously, okay, so you can pick one tool from the tool magazine and also existing tool on the spindle. Simultaneously, you can pick when it makes a rotation of 90 degree. Okay, this gripper will reach spindle and this gripper will reach the tool magazine and this location. Okay, next, simultaneously, this gripper will pick the tool from magazine and this will pick the tool from spindle and they will rotate for 180 degree. So when it rotates for 180 degree, the tool in the spindle will be taken and it will be kept on the tool magazine. Simultaneously, the tool in the magazine will be taken and it will be placed on the spindle. So in this procedure, you are reducing the movement of the tool change arm. Okay, in a single movement, you are able to pick tool from spindle and tool from magazine, and also you are able to keep it once in a single movement. Okay, that is possible in case of double gripper. The use of double gripper allows to do some of the above tasks simultaneously. Above task means, so these steps. This is the procedure, tool change procedure with a tool change arm having a double gripper. First thing is, so this is the parking position. Okay, where grippers are in vertical orientation. Next, first step is this gripper will make a rotation of 90 degree. Okay, when this make a rotation of 90 degree, this gripper so will reach spindle and this gripper will reach tool turret. Next, after that, so there will be 180 degree movement of the robot of the tool change arm. Okay, when there is 180 degree movement, so the tool picked from the spindle will be placed on turret. Simultaneously, the tool picked from the tool turret will be placed on spindle. Illi place ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ. Okay, so that will be done in 180 degree movement. Next, again it will move for 90 degree and it will go to parking position. Okay, otherwise if it is having only one arm instead of double arm, if there is only single arm, then so it cannot perform picking and placing operation simultaneously. It cannot perform, it has to perform them separately. That will take more time and there will be more movement, unnecessary movement. Okay, you can avoid unnecessary movement with the help of double gripper arm. So this is the step-by-step procedure involved for double gripper, a tool changing arm with double gripper. Tool magazine to index into correct position where the tool from the spindle is to be placed. Next, stopping the spindle at the correct orientation. Tool change arm to index to reach the tool magazine. Tool change arm to pick the tool from the spindle and the tool magazine simultaneously. then tool change arm to index to reach the spindle. New tool is placed in the spindle and the tool magazine. Tool change arm moves into this parking position. Okay, so now you can see only with 7 steps. Okay, so tool changing procedure will be carried out. In case when the tool magazine position is not located in the same plane as that of the spindle, then the tool change arm needs to make another motion to move the tool from the magazine to the spindle and vice versa. That means, so in case of drum or disc type tool magazine, here you can see the orientation of the pockets is horizontal. Whereas in case of vertical milling machines, the orientation of the spindle is vertical. Whereas the orientation of the turret or tool magazine is horizontal, the orientation of spindle is vertical. In this case, so you need to make a movement of 90 degree in order to make it in the single plane. That means in the single orientation, you have to rotate it for 90 degree. In that case, so you should go for tool changing arm. Okay, where the arm will move for that 90 degree. You cannot achieve direct tool change like in case of turret, which we saw in that video. Okay, where both the pocket and spindle both are in vertical orientation. If you look at this in this video, okay, so here both this is also in vertical or inclined orientation. With the indexing you can rotate and you can make it vertical just by rotation in one direction. Okay, you can make it vertical. So both spindle and pockets, okay, so they are in vertical or inclined orientation, but they are in the single plane. Whereas in this case, so these are in horizontal orientation. Even if you move this to the required position, okay, everywhere it is in horizontal orientation only. Okay, whereas in the previous case, you can make inclined as vertical, no problem. By rotating, you can make them vertical. But here, if you rotate this disc also, the orientation of the pockets remains same. They will remain in horizontal orientation. Whereas in case of turret, if you rotate, you can make it vertical. You can make inclined to vertical. Okay. Whereas here it is not possible. So you should make use of tool changing arm.